الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات
وعلى آل إبراهيم اللهم بارك على محمد.
Well, the Higher Education Loans Board has been part of Kenya's educational architecture since inception back in 1994. And the board is expected to play even a significant role as Kenya advances into a middle-income economy. And joining us this week on Inside Government, we're talking to the CEO, Geoffrey Monari. He's going to help us understand where is HELB in Kenya's educational structures, and of course the challenges and the opportunities that are ahead. Thank you very much indeed, Bwana CEO, for joining us.
Thank you so much.
We would want first of all to get an update from you on what is the status of funding for HELB?
The status to date, we have been able to fund, this year alone, we have been able to fund 983,107 students. And these students some have already reported to the university. The ones we have already paid is 514,000 students. And we have already paid using 20.4 billion Kenya shillings. Since inception, HELB has been able to support more than 1.9 billion Kenyans to pursue higher education.
1.9 million?
Yes, million Kenyans, not billion. And we have supported them using 195 billion Kenyan shillings. And out of the 195 billion, 33 billion has come from past beneficiaries who repaid their loans in full and have been able to complete their loan. Those are about 256,000 students. Currently, we have 488,000 students repaying their loans, and these are the students who are supporting the current students. Last year, we were able to collect 5.2 billion Kenya shillings, which was able to support 49,000 university students and 114,000 TVET students. So for the last 30 years that HELB has existed, it has been able to change lives of so many students in our country. Thank you.
And you talk about having advanced 195 billion Kenya shillings in the last 30 years. And 256 students, 256,000 students have repaid. 488 are repaying. This leaves you with about more than 1 million students who are not in the bracket of repaid or repaying.
Okay.
Where are they?
Those are the students that are currently, we have 708,000 who are currently in the university.
708?
Yes, who are currently in the university. As the others join in, the other 300,000 have not started repaying their loan, and they are holding about 32 billion Kenya shillings. 100,000 of those graduated this year. The graduations that have been going on, so they have just left campus, and we shall be pursuing them. Yes.
You still have a category of students who are past beneficiaries of HELB, but they have refused to pay, or they have not paid because of one reason or the other.
Yes.
Some are in employment, some are not. And so how are you handling this as an institution?
We have different strategies. We are carrying out campaigns, loan waiver programs, so that we encourage the ones who are not paying to start repaying. Number two, we are also conducting various inspections with the employers so that we can ascertain that all the staff that they have been able to employ can start repaying. This year alone, we have been able to carry out 236 inspections, and that has been able to assist us bill 28,000 former students who were not paying. 28,000.
28,000.
28,000. Another strategy we are using is to, when people don't pay, we list them with the CRBs so that they then cannot access further credit.
How many have you listed?
We have listed about 64,000 Kenyans.
64K.
Yes. And then we are also working with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to pursue Kenyans who are out there in the diaspora, because there are many who migrate to other countries for various reasons, so that they can start repaying. So, and then
have they started?
Yes, we have a good number. I know for sure last year we were able to collect about 100 million from Kenyans who are out there. Currently, we have reached about 20 million this financial year, and we are still pursuing them and asking them, urging them to repay these loans that they took previously. Yes.
And when you interact with the non-payers, what is the reason for not paying?
We have three categories of people who are not paying. Number one, there's one who took the loan and does not want to pay.
They can't pay and they won't pay.
They can pay, but won't pay, won't want to pay. Those are what we call the hardcore group. And
how big is that hardcore group?
Those are people who got maybe loans that are over 20 years. We are looking at about 15,000 people over 20.
15,000.
Yes.
Those are what qualifies to be hardcore non-payers.
Yes, yes. And these are the first people we listed with the CRBs. And these are people who are difficult and they don't want to pay. So then there's another group of people who want to pay, but they have no means to pay. Maybe they have not been employed, or if they are employed, they are underemployed. For example, if somebody is earning 5,000 shillings in a very casual job, then you find that very difficult for that person to pay. Or if somebody is unemployed and is not doing any business, then that is difficult for that a person to pay. Then there's a third category. They want to pay, but they don't know how to pay. Or we have not yet advised them. That is a good group, because once you even sensitize.
Why would there be such a group? And yet this is a group of people who have gone through higher education. They know their websites. They know their social media sites, and they definitely know that if I want to pay, really, I can just log on to the HELB website or even call their numbers, which are on the website, and get guidance. Are they really genuine?
No, there are people who keep on procrastinating.
So they are procrastinators?
Yes, they really want to pay.
Not that they don't know how to pay.
Yeah, they would want to pay.
But they've
tomorrow.
been postponing.
Yes, they just keep on postponing, and that's it. But if you make it convenient for them, these are people who will gladly pay without any issue. And like the first group where I said, there's a group you can even go there with a bank and ask them to pay, even ask them to pay through eCitizen, and they have the money, but will refuse to pay.
So help me understand, before we even discuss the group of procrastinators and what you're doing with them. You have about 15,000 hardcore people. These are people who they can pay, but they won't pay.
Yes.
And you have enlisted them with the Credit Reference Bureau.
Yes.
And that is not enough. What other means, legal means, are you pursuing to ensure that you bring them to book?
We are writing them letters. We are penalizing them so that their debt keeps on growing. We are even
are they responding positively?
Yeah, some do respond eventually. There are some who we have written to their guarantors so that it becomes even embarrassing. We know of cases where parents who are guarantors tell their children that, I know you can pay, go out there and pay. So there's no one single strategy that you can actually say that if I use this one, it will work. But we keep on using. We even have debt collectors who we have procured their services, and there are 11 of them, and they pursue these people, the hardcore group. We have forwarded the names there, and then they also pursue them.
What is the cost of debt recovery for your organization?
No, it's not for our organization. Because you are a hardcore, the cost now goes to the person who is the hardcore, because that cost has been transferred to the loanee who has refused to pay. So it is 20% of the outstanding amount.
But let's be frank. I mean, there are people who will exit this world without repaying their loan, not because they couldn't,
yes,
but because they refused.
Yes.
So is that a loss on your end?
No, it's not a loss. What we have done lately, we have been able to come up with a self-protection fund where we deduct 0.0037, a very small amount. 0.037% of each loan award you get. And that takes care of anyone who passes on in future.
Because they must pass on
everyone,
at some point.
We cannot live forever.
Yeah.
So that has been able to assist us take care of that loss. But as long as
you started just the other day,
no, we have done this since 2019.
That's about 6 years ago.
Yes, since 2019.
So for 24 years.
For 24 years, we didn't have that facility.
And the people who have not paid,
yes,
are people who accessed this loan more than 20 years ago. Right?
Yes, there are people since, you remember our loans were being given from 1974.
Yeah.
But HELB started in 1995 and inherited all those loans that were given by the Ministry of Education. So
are there people who are dead?
Yes, we have.
How many?
The record that we have is about around about 2,000 people.
2,000 people are dead.
Who have passed on. Some of them we have asked their kin if they are able to, because we do investigations to repay before they get their benefits, where they have been held and they have been asked to come and clear with us. But that was then. But since then, we have put in a facility that takes care of that.
So you ask them if?
Yes. We don't ask them. We do investigations to establish that the estate of that person cannot be able to sort out the outstanding balance. But if the estate can be able, for example, if you have got benefits, and those benefits some of them can be able to offset, then we ask the person who is holding them, who is asking for the clearance, to be able to offset the benefits and then give the family the money that is remaining. Yes.
Is the HELB Act strong enough to ensure that those who borrow, they repay?
There is room for improvement. It is strong enough, but there is room for improvement. We could do with a few amendments here to strengthen the compliance part.
Where is the weak link?
No, I think the weak link could be, and it's a personal recommendation, we need to be able, where we have evidence that somebody is able to pay and won't pay, freeze their account until they pay.
Freeze or attach?
Freeze and attach that account until they repay. you come
of course, they will not pay if, I mean, if they will not,
Yes,
if,
or
they will
you
not
have
pay
said
if you
from-
have
yes.
attached their
Yes.
property.
Yes. So they will be able to repay. And anyway, if you are not able to repay, even if we freeze the account, then there will be no difference. Then there are employers who will deduct sometimes and not remit. We also need a law that can be able to enable us freeze the account of that company if they are deducting and they have funds. Then for us,
So you have such organizations?
Yes, we do have.
They deduct, but they don't remit?
Yes.
How much is being held by such organizations?
Okay, currently we are talking about 34 million.
Oh, 34 million shillings.
Yes, yes.
So this is money that was deducted from the employers, I mean from the employees,
From the
never
employees.
remitted
Yes,
by the employers.
yes.
What are you doing about it?
No, we, as per the law, they are already penalized. We are engaging various stakeholders, even the AG's office, to be able to assist us now move to the next level of maybe prosecuting them. But we have not reached there to anyone. When we reach a certain stage, they pay. Yes.
You plan to get there?
Yes, if it is necessary. Remember, this person, we have to protect our loanee because the person has been deducted, but that money has not been remitted, so it is not their fault.
It is not their fault.
Yes. So it is our responsibility to ensure that we protect them. Yes.
So far you've talked about two areas that you believe needs to be enforced to give HELB more teeth to bite. And one of them is on recovery through assets. And number two is through penalization of employers who do not remit.
Yes.
Is that all?
Yeah, if you asked me about areas that we can enforce. Those are areas that we can be able to enforce.
The areas that can be strengthened
Yes.
for HELB to carry out its mandate effectively.
Yes. Yes.
So those two.
Yes.
Are you engaging with lawmakers, policymakers,
Yes, we have.
to see whether this can be done?
We have prepared a draft laws which have gone to the, I think they are now currently, they have gone to our minister who has forwarded them to the Attorney General's office for consideration, and then they will also go to the cabinet as a session of paper for approval. Then they can then go to Parliament for consideration. Yes.
That is where you are now.
Yes.
When you look at the HELB Act, in its current form, are you convinced that it is playing its role effectively?
It is playing its role effectively because we are able to carry out our mandate. We are able to give students money for their studies, and then we have a law that is backing us to be able to recover that money in future. When we are recovering, we are also covered in terms of the employer. There are conditions that they must be able to meet. For example, within 3 months of employment, you should be able to notify HELB that you have employed a graduate so that we check. The other one which supports our law is Chapter 6 of the Constitution of Kenya, where when people are seeking high-level government positions, then they seek clearance from us. This has also been able to enforce that and ensure that people repay their loan. So it could be better, but it is working for us, and it has been working. But it
can be improved on.
Yes.
I want to hear things. I mean, when you look at the HELB Act, it stipulates that you're supposed to work with the private sector as well as public sector to ensure that people who are entering into the job market, you check with your database whether they are past borrowers. Is this happening?
Yes, let me first say that in our board we have representation from FKE, the
Federation of Kenya Employers.
Yes, and they support us in this initiative. So we have developed what we call an employer portal, which employers, easy for them to apply if the new recruits that they have recruited are our self-billing on that. That has made it very easy for them. We continuously checked, and that's why we even get our list of companies that are not complying so that we can start our inspection. Yes.
What do you do with companies that are not employing? Of course, they will be in breach of the law.
Employing or deducting?
You have companies, and the Act is very clear that any company hiring new graduates,
yes,
they're supposed to inform the board so that the board will go ahead and check whether this is a loanee.
Yes.
But you have companies who do not do that.
Yes.
That is in breach of the law.
Yes.
Are there legal measures you're taking against such companies?
Yes. The Act says that for every month that an employer does not notify us, they pay 3,000 for each loanee.
So if you have 10,
you have 30,000 per month.
Per month.
If you multiply, if you have done that for 10 months, you can see it's 300,000. And we have penalized various employers who have been able to pay. It is the responsibility of the employer to be able to notify us.
Are they aware of this?
Yes, they're aware. We do have sessions with the HR managers when they have the various forums to notify them. On our website, we have been able to download these responsibilities. We are carrying out various campaigns with various professional bodies to sensitize them about the responsibilities of repayment of loans. Yes.
You see, these days, as a measure of good practice, you have the Public Service Commission now demanding, or in publicly owned institutions, demanding that for any potential employee, one of the requirements is for them to produce a HELB clearance certificate. This is not the same. This is not done more in the private sector.
Yes.
What do we need to do to ensure that the situation is arrested at the, at the first step, and whereby an employer, even in the private sector, one of the required documents, must have documents, is a HELB clearance certificate, just like the way they would ask for a certificate of good conduct.
Yeah, I think that one is a matter of lobbying, and we are doing that through the professional institutions. For example, the LSK engineers body, so that when somebody is getting the annual certificate renewal, they go with a HELB clearance certificate. After that, we will then go to the various employer bodies and work with them so that they can be able to request for that clearance when, especially when you are employing senior staff members. Why we are not doing it for the newly employed staff who are very young is because we don't want to be an impediment to their employment. Because these are fresh graduates just from university. We want to enable them get that employment so that they can start repaying.
Apart from, banking on goodwill, are there push or proposals to make these or have it mentioned in the law or in the HELB Act? And this can only be done through a review.
Yes, as part of the amendments, that is why we need to look and see which other areas can we be able to amend? And that would be one of the proposals that we can be able to pursue, so that Chapter 6 does not only apply for public institutions, so that it applies to all employers across, so that when you are employing, you are able to get that clearance both on all the instruments of Chapter 6. Yes.
Who are you working with to ensure that this process can be expedited?
We have not started that process. What we are pursuing is the previous amendments that I talked about. But as I said, it's a good idea that we can be able to look into and see how we can be able to include that as part of the requirement. But for the private sector, once somebody joins, what we use is the declaration that are you a graduate and have you finished repaying your loan, so that you can be able to start repaying your loan currently, as is required by the law.
When you look at various professionals in the country, is there any profession which has the highest number of defaulters?
I can say that when you look around, the profession that we have seen with the highest number of defaulters is maybe the advocates.
Advocates?
Yes. The number has not been very good, but...
lawyers are the biggest defaulters.
Yes.
What explains that? Yes.
Remember, most of them are in self-employment, and that is a category we are having a challenge with. Because once you graduate, then chances are very high that you'll open your own law firm. So depending on the goodwill, that's how they'll be able to pay. And the biggest problem, and the people who are not repaying, are the people who are in self-employment.
In self-employment?
Yes, the business people we have who may not require government services.
So what are you doing about lawyers?
No, we are working with the
Law Society of
Law
Kenya.
Society of Kenya. Previously, we have worked with them. Many have come to pay when they have functions. The ones who can be able to pay have already paid, but there are still some, and we would urge them to repay the loans.
There was a time when the Higher Education Loans Board used to publicate the name of defaulters.
Yes.
And I think somehow it stopped.
Yes.
And there was a push to have actually the names on your website.
Yes.
What used to be known as the list of shame.
Yes.
Are there plans to reintroduce this?
No, because of data protection.
Because of data privacy?
Yes.
But what data are you trying to protect for somebody who is defaulting on paying their loans? Yeah,
but the loan...
I mean, I thought you are supposed to shout on top of your voice that, look here.
Yes.
Monari got a loan to go to school.
Yes.
And through the loan, he went to school.
Yes.
And he secured a job.
Yes.
It's now 20 years since he left school into employment, and he has never paid even a coin. Isn't that good behavior anyway?
No, you are right in a sense that it is something that will bring them out. But remember, they also have their rights. Even somebody who is accused of a crime, you must protect them. They have their rights, so that you don't shame people. And that is what the data protection laws that have been put in place in this country are required to do. So we will deal with that person individually. If we are to pursue the matter, let's say in court, then at that time, people will know who that person is, because the court issues are matters that can be checked.
Is it a moral problem or a legal problem, this one?
The data protection is a legal problem.
No, the issue of non-repayment, especially for the hardcore loanees.
I think for me it's a moral problem.
It's a moral problem.
Yes, people who...
And so how do you deal with a moral problem? Do you deal it through the moral avenues or legal avenues?
Both. because there are people who you will talk to and they will actually listen and will repay immediately. You can persuade them. You use persuasive means. But then, if you reach a point where these people are not responding, then you go the legal way. But for us, we want to pursue these people to repay. And why do we want to do that? Is the connection between you repaying and supporting the current student, so that you don't have to continuously give the financial support that we give to many people who are going to universities sometimes, and yet if you repay the loan, this person can be able to get the money.
Very well.
Yes.
Well, now we are taking a break and we're coming back with the last part of this conversation. I mean, if you're just joining us, you're watching Inside Government, and we're coming to you from our national headquarters here at Kenya Broadcasting Corporation.
Vibrant streets of Nairobi to the historic heart of Mombasa, from the rising voices in Eldoret to the bold ideas shaping Kakamega, a conversation is growing across generations, across towns, and across Kenya.
The young Kenyans want to be heard.
I believe it's trust that's broken fundamentally.
Move from, yes, we heard you, this is what we have done, and this is the evidence.
Now, it all comes together in the lakeside city of Kisumu. Join the conversation live from Mama Grace Social Hall, Kisumu Town, this Thursday, 18th day of September 2025 from 7:30 p.m., where youth will meet elders, ideas connect, and change begins. Only on KBC Channel 1, in conjunction with NCIC, Korea International Cooperation Agency, and UNDP.
Jeshi la Ulinzi la Kenya KDF linawatangazia zoezi la usajili wa Kenya ambao wangependa kujiunga nao kama wanajeshi. Zoezi hili litafanyika mwezi Oktoba mwaka huu. Usajili ambao utafanyika ni wa General Service Officers GSO, Cadets Regular and Graduates, Specialist Officers, General Duty Recruits, Tradesmen and Women na Defense Forces Constables. Je, una ndoto za kutumikia taifa la Kenya kama mwanajeshi? Kwa maelezo zaidi, tegea KBC Radio Taifa tarehe 20 mwezi huu wa Septemba, punde tu baada ya taarifa ya habari ya saa 1 usiku. Kadhalika, kwa maelezo zaidi ya wale ambao wangependa kujiunga na jeshi la Kenya, tembelea tovuti ya www.mod.go.ke. Kumbuka, tendo la hongo na ufisadi wa aina yoyote ni kinyume cha sheria na hakuna anayeweza kushawishi usajili wako, kwani zoezi hili ni la bila malipo kwa wale wote ambao wangependa kujiunga na jeshi la Kenya. Ukikubali kuadaiwa, utapoteza pesa na mali yako na kuishia korokoroni.
Positive change is not always sudden. Sometimes it is achieved after a long period. What matters is the effort we put individually or as a group.
Most companies, you'll find that they're not employing persons with disability, which is a sad fact.
Tunalenga kupata vijana ambao wako na ulemavu ili waweze kupitia what we call inclusive internship program. Wakipata hizo skills ama taaluma waweze kujisimamia.
Differently able.
Welcome back. You're watching Inside Government. Geoffrey Monari is the CEO of Higher Education Loans Board. He's joining us on this week's episode of the program so that we can discuss funding higher education here in Kenya. Geoffrey, before we went for the break, we were discussing the people who can't pay, not because they don't have the means to pay, but because they don't want to pay. And that is where the quagmire is. And you're telling me you have about 15,000 of these people, and you've already approached CRBs to lock them out from the credit system. Is this working?
Yes, it is. There are people who come to us, they have gone to a financial institution to get a facility and they are not able to get that facility. So they have to come and negotiate with us for them to repay their loans so that we can be able to give them a clearance. This has been able to assist the hardcore Kenyans who are not repaying their loan.
And before we went for the break, we were discussing about the worst or the most affected professions. And you talked about lawyers being number one, for obvious reasons that most lawyers will go into private practice where they'll start their own companies. Are you looking at a situation whereby in the future you're also going to make it, the law should be reviewed to make it mandatory for anybody who wants to start a company in Kenya, especially Kenyans, before they are registered by the Business Registration Services, to produce a certificate of clearance from HELB?
Yeah, that would be a good one, so that they can be able to show that they are paying. You know, they should not they should not have fully paid, because remember, somebody who wants to register a company may not be having the means to repay. It could be because they are looking for a livelihood. So we just need to be able to see how we can be able to work out that area so that it is not an impediment to somebody who wants to start a business, so that they can be able to earn a living and also repay us in future. We would maybe put a requirement that they can come and get that clearance so that we agree on future dates when they can be able to repay.
Apart from lawyers, who else is most affected?
There are these professions like engineers who are in private sector, who open up their own firms. Those are the next group that we have seen. I can say mostly doctors are good payers.
Doctors?
Yes, even though they're in private practice. Maybe it's because of the private practice they practice. They do come forward quite often to repay their HELB loans.
But engineers and lawyers won't? Majority of them.
Majority of them. They're good.
There are of them who come.
Yes.
The majority of them won't.
Yes.
Yet, these are considered to be the cream of the society.
Yes.
It comes into qualification.
Yes.
And their knowledge.
Yes.
Apart from the fact that most of them, they engage in private practice, what else do you read into the two groups having, the highest number of defaulters?
You want to put me in a legal quagmire?
No, exactly. I mean,
I just think it's just the fact that when you are doing your own legal practice, or you are in your individual business, then it's that personal commitment that is required. And that is why you find that some of them will repay. For example, if it is somebody who wants to now take up a mortgage and they are a lawyer and they go to a banking facility, if they find that we have listed them, they will rush very fast to repay. So it tells you that they can repay. It's only that they maybe decided there were other things that they were doing before they can be able to repay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that's where, morals come into place.
Yes.
So, do you, allow me to use the word raid, some of these private legal as well as engineering firms, just to confirm whether the owners and the employees there have paid or are paying?
Yes, we do inspections where we have our officers who go around and inspect these companies, and they are able to start billing new loanees out there. Both law firms, we go to private companies, we go to engineering companies. That one we do. However, the biggest challenge now as we continue is that many people are also working from home. Have got home offices, and this also has become a challenge because the address you get then sometimes may not assist you much, because this is somebody who is working from home, and it can be a challenge to really visit them. But when it comes to companies who are registered and you can be able to go to their premises, it's much easier.
Now that you brought in the issue of online jobs and working from home, you're having a lot of young people who are graduating and getting into the gig economy.
Yes.
And there's a lot of money in the gig economy, and I'm sure there are also a lot of young people who are in gainful employment, either personally or else, but they're also not paying. And you don't have a way of getting to them or making them pay. Like the people who are getting into the gig economy. Yeah, how are you addressing that?
We are trying to work with KRA because then we can be able to see them in terms of their online activities, what they are able to do. The Finance Act of 2006 enabled HELB to work with KRA to be able to access data. So from this, then you can be able to see that there are incomes coming in, and we can be able to locate them. But I can tell you that is a huge challenge, because those are the emerging issues of today, that many young people are not going into a formal office. And I said others are working from home, others work only at night. We just need to talk to them. It is a moral issue for them to start repaying, so that we don't. And I said those are the people now we need the law to be enhanced, because if you know that this person is earning, and if you can be able to put an embargo to their account and then have a discussion, then you are sure that they will be able to pay. Yes.
And you also have another kind of a group whereby they feel entitled that since they could not afford education, it was the responsibility of the government to ensure or to fund their education. Their obligation is just to pay taxes. How are you dealing with that kind of people?
Those are the same group. That is the same group I said that are hardcore. So that
you classify them as hardcore?
Yes, because this is somebody who is able to pay but won't pay. And our first point of reference to them is that you are who you are today because you got this loan. So it's about persuading them and their human feelings so that they can start repaying. And it's a moral issue that if you are not repaying and you are able, why can't you do it to support another child who is out there? So it's something that we just need to show the benefits and be able to convince them that it's important for them to pay.
You have a workforce of about 234 people?
Yes.
When you look at the workload, can these 234 people service all the students who need to have their loans approved and all the workers who need to repay their loan?
Yes and no, but I would want to say that with the use of technology, we are able currently to be able to serve our clients. However,
what technology?
with technology. We have a contact center where all the emails, social media are dealt with. We have
This
also
is at the anniversary towers?
Yes. We have also decentralized our services through Huduma centers, where we have in selected Huduma centers where we have officers who can be able to serve our clients. But the important thing, we are leveraging a lot on technology so that we can be able to serve these clients. Yes.
How many Huduma centers are you at?
We are in 26 Huduma centers across
26
the country,
Huduma
especially
centers.
where there's a higher concentration of universities, so that we can be able to serve both clients.
You're in how many counties?
We are in 24 counties.
24 counties?
Yes.
Through Huduma centers?
Through Huduma centers.
But your physical offices are in Nairobi?
Yes. Yes.
Are you planning to open, other physical offices, in the counties?
I think we will use the Huduma centers for now. Maybe what we may have, as we look at our business model, is have certain hubs, but not open in all offices, all counties. We may have in future certain hubs which can be able to, regional hubs, to look at certain areas where there is a high concentration as our clients grow. But for now, the use of technology and Huduma Center is serving as well. Yes.
So when you look at the number of employees that you have, and you're talking about 234, how many more do you need so that you can carry out your services effectively and optimally?
We will need about 78 staff members according to our approved...
78 more?
78 more, according to the approved structure. But this will be progressively. Yes.
So you're talking about 315? 315.
Yes.
That is the approved structure by the Public Service Commission, right? But is that enough, even the 315?
Yeah,
when you look at the workload.
Yes, that would be enough. With the use of technology, that would be able to be enough to support the work that we are doing. At that level, then we can be able to review with the use of technology and the model that we have put in place. Because remember, even in the banking sector, the brick and mortar is there, yes, it's still important. You need that person to talk to, but it would be important to rationalize that. We need to have, and that's why I said the need could be having maybe 1 or 2 regional offices to support the staff we have in Huduma centers.
So when you have 235 people working against a demand of 314?
300. The clients we have...
No, I'm saying you have a workforce of 234.
Yes.
Against a desired workforce of 318.
315.
315.
Yes.
So you have about 78 people.
Yes.
You are short of 78 people.
Yes.
So who is working for these 78?
We are working for them, and technology is working.
So then is it proper to say that then you don't need them?
No.
The 78?
I've said progressively we will need them. The structures have been put in place. We are using technology to try and leverage on the shortfall that we have.
Are you strained in your operations because of the 78 that are missing?
We are strained in terms of we would want more, but not the 78 at once. To get the 78, we must be able to grow this number progressively, so that also it gives us an opportunity to be able to see which areas do we need to strengthen more.
So if tomorrow the Public Service Commission was to allow you to hire 78 people,
yes,
or to dispatch 78 employees to your organization,
yes,
will they find work to do?
They would find work to do, but I'm not sure they'll be optimally used if they come all of them together.
How many would be optimally utilized?
I would say initially about 40.
About 40?
Yes.
So currently what you need is 40 people?
Yes.
To be added into your payroll?
Yes. And then review maybe after a year to add the rest.
How is the shortage of these 40 people affecting your operations?
It is affecting us because we are not as agile as we would have wanted to be in all areas of service delivery. Yes.
Which area of service delivery is most affected?
The area that is most affected is the front office, where clients walk in. Sometimes there could be long lines, especially during peak times when universities are opening. And also the area of loan recovery, because we need sometimes to even go back to where these people are, and we are overstretched where they came from, their homes, so that we can know where they are currently. So those are in our core business, that is lending and recovery, that is where we'll be overstretched.
Very good.
Yes.
So why are you not hiring the 40
Because
people?
there are procedures that we must follow to get the required approvals, and that we are already pursuing. Yes, and I believe it is something that we will be able to achieve very soon.
Very soon.
Yes.
Before we wind up, also allow us to discuss the new university funding model.
Yes.
I know it had its own share of challenges. Any update on it?
Yeah, we are on the third year of implementation of the new funding model, where you have a loan component, a scholarship, and the loan component is into two. There's tuition loan and upkeep loan. And then there's fees, household, that the household is supposed to pay for the student who is in the university. So last year, if you recall, the president appointed a committee to review the new funding model, which is called the student-centered funding model. Before that, Kenyans had expressed concern in terms of how they are being funded. So the president formed a committee which started its work and looked into areas of the cost of the programs, and the cost of the program was reduced by between 15 and 40%. So this year we have seen a reduction in the cost of the programs. Number two, we have also been able to remove the bands that was there in the first 2 years of implementation of the new funding model, the student-centered funding model. And this has been able to enable us fund students based on their level of need. We have also been able to refine the means testing instrument, and you can actually see that this year the students have been funded and they are now in school.
I want you to talk to Kenyans in 1 minute.
I wish to take this opportunity to urge past beneficiaries of the Higher Education Loans Board to repay their loan. These repayments go a long way to financing the current students. Last year we were able to get 5.2 billion, which supported 49,000 university graduates and 114 TVET graduates. Repaying your loan is a noble thing because it enables another student to pursue their higher education. Secondly, for the applicants who want to pursue higher education in Kenya, we have got the finances, but I urge all of you to ensure that they fill the application forms themselves, avoid going to cyber cafes where they allow other people to fill their information, and later we find that the information which we are using to award you your loans and scholarship is not correct. It is important that when your form is being filled, you are there and you fill the information yourself. Thank you, Kenyans.
Very good. Geoffrey, thank you very much indeed for your time.
Thank you.
And of course for swinging by here on Inside Government.
I appreciate the time and the discussions we have had today.
Very good.
Yes.
Geoffrey Monari is the Chief Executive Officer, Higher Education Loans Board, joining us tonight on Inside Government. My name is O'Brien Kamani. Thank you very much indeed for your time. Have a good time. Bye for now.
Thank you.
tangu lini nimetoka nyumbani bila nini ya ndani nikuje nifesa company.
Sasa mimi hawezi kujua mara ngapi, lakini siku ile sisi lisika wewe ilikuwa tu pengele.
Hata uoni haya kutembea bila
mimi kikwetu sisi hatufahangi ile ndani. Sasa kwani kuna makosa gani? Mimi vile uliniona nilikuwa short